Xbox Series. The Xbox, it's new, more powerful. Xbox Series X. XSX. That's what they were gonna do. XSX. XSX. Hey, come get your fucking Xbox. Okay, all right. Everyone, listen up. And listen up, because this is a very serious video. This is not the normal Pauly Sarantino special. I saw the footage. I watched the trailers. I thought good and hard. I really shook my noggin up. And I was like, what will this system be like? So after the trailer came and went, everyone on the internet started running their big fat mouths. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Sony's gonna dominate. Exclusives. Oh yeah, can you play Halo on that? Teraflops. The Xbox is so fan-fucking-tastic. The PlayStation's so good. Bloodborne. I cannot take it any longer. And that is why I'm making this video. To say two things. One, I really do truly believe that the Xbox Series X will give the PlayStation 5 a run for its money. If, and there's some big ifs, if Sony doesn't get their head out of the sand. I'm not exactly sure how much sand they have in Japan, but I'm pretty sure that saying is still relevant for this topic, okay? The other reason I'm making this video is to actually explain why with reasoning and not just have a complete shitstorm, flame war. I was gonna say tit fest. Does that work? I don't think that works. But I'm actually making this video to explain the reasons why I believe this new Xbox is gonna give Sony a run for its money. I'm not just gonna be blabbing away. I'm gonna give reasonings. Oh, I got the burps. I have to make this video though, because when I was online, I saw no discussion that had any form of real substance to it whatsoever. It's an absolute shit show with fanboys out the wazoo saying the most insane nonsense that I haven't heard in my personal life, in my circle of friends, because we're not a bunch of ding-dong losers like you guys, since the 16-bit era. It's crazy. Full disclaimer, I am not a fanboy. I am not a fanboy with some weird, strange brand loyalty for a giant fucking corporation that just wants your money. That's crazy. And it seems like online, the majority of people, the majority of the gamers are like that. Oh, the Xbox has the best graphics, but the PC, I got a $14,000 PC at home, so I got a PS4 and I got a $14,000 PC. PS4 Pro can't even do 4K. Shut the fuck up. I have not heard people actually talk about games much in this whole past generation. They're not even really talking about what they fucking like. All they're talking about is the fucking specs, flopawatts, gigazits. I don't know. It's annoying. It's a console. It's built to play games that you enjoy. What I'm getting at here is I'm no fanboy. I got no brand loyalty. This generation, the PlayStation 4, I would say, is a better system than the Xbox. Okay, that's it. Oh, Pauly, why do you think that? Because the fucking games are better. The games are better. They have a ton more exclusives, and the exclusives are good. That's it, case closed. Yes, the Xbox One X is a better system than the PlayStation 4. It has more power, and when games are multi-platform on all the systems, the Xbox One X in almost every single circumstance is better. The game runs better on that. Okay. Who gives a shit? If you want that, then that's for you. That's great. When things are multi-platform, yeah, I get it on the Xbox, because it's gonna be fucking better on that. That's it. So I'm not a fanboy. What I am is a full-sized adult man. I am a grown-ass man that does not have these crazy flame wars with people online about nonsense, about juggernaut companies that have billions and billions of dollars, and they do not give a tit about you. That's it. That is it. These adults, grown-ups, will be bickering and fighting about which system's better for years. Years. There could be games that they want on the other system, but they will not fucking say a word. They'll just bite their tongue and they'll just say, no, don't want it. No, don't want it. Why do they behave that way? It's really strange. It's really strange. And I don't think I'm strange, but maybe I am, because it seems like I'm in the minority of the people that are like that. So they're just fighting about what system's better for years. The goddamn thing costs like $200. Who cares? If you want stuff on both of them, you're an adult, you should buy both of them. But they won't. It's crazy. But I will say this, based on what we know, I can make a prediction that the new Xbox is going to be a better bang for the buck. And we're going to go through the reasons why. This is not just some emotional thing. Oh, the Xbox is so much better because it's just so many flops of power and the gigawatts are so... Those people, they either will not be watching this video or they're going to watch it and say, oh, he's a Sony fanboy. Anyway, we're going to go over all the things that matter, that don't matter, that will matter more than you think. You catch my drift. You understand what I'm saying. Here we go. Things that will not matter at all. Not one bit. But online, it seems like people are talking about it like it does matter. Is the way it looks and the size of the system. Doesn't matter. Have you ever decided to not go for a console that you wanted because you didn't like the way it looked? Think about that. Hey, Billy. Man, PS2's got so many good games on it. Why don't you get it? I was gonna get it, but I'm not very pleased with the aesthetics of the system. Doesn't happen. That never happened, and it's not going to happen. First off, it looks fine. It looks fucking fine. It's a cube. It's a box. It's a cylinder. No, it's not. It's not a cylinder. It's a rectangular box. People want all this power. What the fuck do you think it's gonna look like? But it looks fine. People are like, it's a mini fridge. Oh, I'm gonna make room in my kitchen for a mini fridge right there. That's the running joke. It's not that big, guy. The size of 3 Xbox controllers stacked up. That's one shitty ass fridge. The PS5, it looks like a vacuum. It looks like... Yeah, the PS5, the leaks, it looks weird. Who cares? Who cares? Man, I'm sorry to be so angry, but this is insane. The stuff you see people yapping about. Ugh. Next thing that's not gonna matter, not nearly as much as you may think, and how people are portraying it on the internet, is the graphics and the performance of this console in comparison to its competitor, the PlayStation 5. And what I mean by that is that at the end of the day, what you have on paper versus what you actually get delivered to you, it's gonna be similar. It's gonna be so similar that that's not gonna be the deciding factor why somebody picks one system over the other. And if it really did make that much of a difference, why aren't more people buying Xbox Ones instead of PlayStation 4s, especially the performance model, the X? It's not enough for people to really care, to really just abandon what they already like and go for something else. And it goes vice versa. If you like the Xbox more than the PlayStation, or the PlayStation more than the Xbox, a little bit of a performance difference is not going to make or break your decision. It's not. It's nice that they're going to both be powerful. They're actually going to be extremely similar. This is not the time when Sony did their own in-house emotion engine or the Cell processor where the developers really had to learn the ins and outs. They are using pretty standard PC architecture, tweaked for their consoles, fine-tuned, and they're going to be very similar. People always make a big deal before the system comes out, but then when it's actually out, guess what? People don't care. They're playing games they want. that was the case, why wasn't everybody snatching up Dreamcasts, GameCubes, and Xboxes over the PS2? Because they're close enough that it doesn't really matter. Let me just get one that looks pretty good and has the best games. And that's what we're going into the next. We're going to go into the next. Here's the next topic. So games are important, but they're not the most important thing this generation, I would say. That's right. And if anything, I have to say, Xbox has a little bit of an upper hand this time around. Sony put all their cards on the table for the PlayStation 4. The biggest in-house developers made all of their best stuff for the PlayStation 4. And we're approaching 2020, and there are still some big guns that are yet to be released for the same console, for the PS4. Naughty Dog's rolling out Last of Us 2. And then we got Sucker Punch making their Ghost of Sword Fights game. I think that's still coming out. So we still got some biggins coming out on the PS4. And then there's going to be the new systems rolling out. And then, what's that mean? That means, since Xbox has been very thin on the exclusives, they're going to have a lot of stuff lined up for the launch. They're going to have a lot of stuff ready for the first year. More so than Sony's. That doesn't mean Sony's going to just not care about games. They're going to have some games. But they're not going to have as many as you think, because all of their in-house exclusive first-party teams already put out blockbuster hits. They just don't have anything ready. If I had to take a guess of some stuff close to launch, we got to think about the teams that are quiet right now. So what I'm talking about, Insomniac's a little quiet. They've been a little quiet since Spider-Man, right? Yeah. Then we got Guerrilla Games. You know, they made the Horizon. Great game, great looking game. My God, how does that thing run on a PlayStation 4? They've been a little quiet too. They're up to no good. And by no good, I mean they're up to some good fucking shit. But Xbox is going to have a lot of stuff. They're going to have a lot of stuff ready. They're going to have a launch Halo title. They're going to be doing good. There's no denying it. And I don't know why people are going to act surprised. But I'll tell you right now, right off the launch waves, the Xbox is going to have an upper hand. They're going to have an upper hand. Price is a funny thing. The launch price of a console is very funny. Because it's very important to people. So important. It is the talking tune all day long, all month long, all season until the system comes on out. But I don't really understand. I don't really understand why people get so crazy about price. So crazy. And hear me out. Say the PlayStation 5 is $100 more than the Xbox Series. What is it? Say that it's $100 more than that. Everyone is going to say, Sony is fucked. I'll never buy that system. I'll never spend $100 more for a system that I'm going to be using and playing for the next 5 years. Never. But I'll go buy a collector's edition of Rage 2 for $130 so I can get a 6-inch figurine. That's what I mean. People are paying astronomical amounts of money for video game software themselves. $60 a pop. 2 games, $120. That's more than the system you would never buy because it's too much money. So that makes no fucking sense. If you're so concerned about price, start yelling and screaming about the price of the video game. They're expensive. But no one's yelling and screaming. If anything, people are shelling out big bucks. I remember back in the day, you pay $60 for the Resident Evil 4. You get a goddamn chainsaw controller. It's a fucking chainsaw. That is a collector's item that's worth the $60. Not $120 for. Everyone is so predictable anymore too. For $60, you get the game. For $80, you get a steel book that still does not include an instruction manual, but you get a code for the official soundtrack. For $150, you get all that. We put it in a box. We still don't give you an instruction manual, but we give you a statue. And he's about this fucking big. And your wife will never let you put it anywhere in the house because it's disgusting. It's funny. History repeats itself a lot with the video games. with the consoles and with how the turnouts are. I think it's going to happen again. So, Microsoft wanted to have a head start with the Xbox 360. So you know what they did? They made it $200 cheaper than the PS3, $399. They also did not do enough thermal testing because every goddamn system would break. Everyone. Microsoft knew about that, by the way. Your big corporation that you swear by. They knew that every one of those motherfuckers were gonna break. And they said, nah, we gotta get it out in time. We gotta beat the PS3. So anyway, just keep that in mind. So the PS3 though, PS3 came out for the infamous $599 US. Now that's a lot of money. That was priced too high for many people. For the normal people that are gonna pick up little Johnny Boy a system for Christmas, $400 is like, oh God, that's expensive. Holy crap, why are we doing this, honey? $600 is like, fuck that shit. He can go play his Nintendo. Fast forward to this current gen. Sony came off of a generation where they remembered people not liking anything about how they announced the PlayStation 3. So they did a full 180. They made it $399. They didn't talk about any bullshit. They just stuck to the basics. They said, here are the games. This is what it's like. This is the interface. Here you go. Xbox, they did very good with the 360. It had a, arguably a better run than the PS3. Better games. Most games ran better. Just a better system all around. So what they did is they were like, hey, you know what? People are loyal. We're going to do a bunch of little fucking shenanigans. We're going to do some shenanigans. They released it for $500. It came out with the Kinect, which, they said was absolutely necessary for the Xbox One to run. Now, nothing supports the Kinect. It is as dead as it gets. You cannot fucking find one of those things, let alone play a game with it. And then people went for the PS4. Why did people go for the PS4? When it launched, many of the games were the same. There were a lot of multi-platform games. There was only a few exclusives here and there, nothing crazy. But what people understood is that the Xbox was $100 more. The games were the same. Actually, the box that was $100 less, the PS4, the games were running a little bit better frame rates, the resolution was a little bit higher. So what gives? Why would you buy it? The graphics and the performance and the price, I don't think they make a huge difference separately, but together, especially for the first year, makes a big difference. So it's important, but not as important as you think. Hey, that was a clusterfuck of information, and a lot of it did not string together. I'm very sorry. It is very late at night, and I am trying to keep my noggin wound up correctly. So what matters a lot more than many people are really advertising about is Microsoft just punching through the finish line with their backwards compatibility support. Oh my God. So Microsoft went from not really having any idea with backwards compatibility to kicking it up and then kicking it up another 4 fucking notches. If you have an Xbox One, preferably an X, backwards compatibility it's incredible. All the games, pretty much any game you ever want to play on the 360 and the original Xbox. And not only do they play, they're updated in a higher resolution, higher frame rates, and better textures. It looks insane. I even popped in a couple games. Oldies, the original Xbox, and then some 360 stuff just to see how it looks on the new systems. On a 4K display, whoo boy. Stuff that would look like real shit on the standard consoles. Let's check it out. It's unbelievable what Microsoft's doing. It's really, really, really good. There are games that I would never, ever play again if it involved me having to hook up my original Xbox. Sorry, buddy, but I'm not fucking doing it. Same thing goes for the 360. First off, chances are this motherfucker's not even gonna work. I have another one back there too. Chances are that one's not gonna work either. But the fact that you can just pop these suckers in on the Xbox One and they play and they're enhanced. Okay, a little
Armed
perfect dark.
security just to protect wooden crates?
God, this is
Whatever.
pretty.
Smash 'em up
Smashing
and get
some
to the
boxes. Yeah.
Only way in is through that sensor field. Dive through
Okay.
it. You'll be okay.
You got it. Oh, God, fucking, God damn it! Look how pretty those floors are, though. Yeah.
Only way in is through that sensor field.
Look at that. Look at that roll. That is a next-gen roll right there. God, they cleaned this up.
You make it look easy.
The game looks good. It's been a long time since I played it, and I think I remember why I never played it for a second time. I think it's really shitty. Oh, X marks the spot. Hey, look at that. Eat your heart out, Gears of War. Look at this cover system. Yeah.
You can always...
Spiders. They had me killing fucking spiders. This game's not good. This is what they gave us after Halo 1 and 2? They gave you this? Listen to this joker.
Hey, you! Help me out here.
Okay, buddy.
Get rid of these spider bots and I'll power up the doors for you.
This mission's like Rare just got done playing Half-Life, and they're like, hey, we should try to do something like Half-Life, you know, but just, you know, take out all the creativity.
The arachnophobia or the claustrophobia?
Whoa, look at the schnoz on that guy.
To the door. You see any more of those SOBs? Drop them.
You got it, buddy. Whoa, that guy's got a lot of junk in the trunk, huh?
Okay.
Oh, he's raving.
Get out of here. Elevators this way.
He had to put on his favorite Daft Punk album before he broke loose. Fighter time, baby. I'm like 15 minutes into the game, and all it got me doing is attacking these battle bots here. What the fuck? You guys see this? Look at this. Whoa, see you later, buddy. I don't think he's gonna make that one, huh? Oh, God. Okay, so Perfect Dark. It's not very good, but I figured something out. It's pretty funny. Watch this.
Careful with that gun. Cut it out. Watch it, you hear? What are you doing? Hey.
Oh my God, look at that guy dancing. Here I come. Come back more.
Hey. Watch it, you hear?
I want to play some of the oldies that I have for the very first time that I never got to, because they look so goddamn good. And Microsoft already announced they're just going to run with this. They're just going to run with this for the next system. Backwards compatibility, the way they're doing it, they're just going to keep it going. And I say, you do that. You keep it going, because holy smokes. Not only is it fan-fucking-tastic, but it's one of the main things that I really think is going to give Sony a real run for their money. Because Sony's not going to do that. They can. Sony can do that, but they're going to choose not to. And that's because they're cocky. That's because they're cocky and they don't think they need to. That's the real reason. Now, Xbox being the underdog, they're going to have to kick it up a notch, and that's why they're going all in for the backwards compatibility. And that's why competition's good, folks, because if Xbox was the only console, you think they'd be doing that shit? They would not be wasting their time doing that shit. Get out of here. They won't be. So backwards compatibility, if it was just the original Xbox games, even 360, people wouldn't care. But we're at a time where, especially for the first year of consoles, a lot of those games are going to be available on the Xbox One, and then the new Xbox Series X. They're going to be available on both, and they're going to play on both. So that's kind of a big deal, because you're going to have, your buddies. You're going to have your 4 buddies playing the new Halo. Here you go. 3 of them are playing on the Xbox One. 1 is playing on the new Xbox Series X, and he's like, they're all just like, oh, buddy, you're playing on that? What's it like? Is it better? They're going to be yapping. They're going to be talking. It's just good communication, and people don't feel like they're getting screwed over so quickly into the next generation. I think it's going to be a smooth transition, and so many of the old titles are going to work backwards compatibility-wise that even though these guys, even though these gamers might not actually play those old games ever again, in their mind, they think they're going to be going back to them. And that alone is going to make them want to get an Xbox over the next PlayStation. Maybe not completely, but it's one of those things that just kind of sticks in your mind, and you're like, okay, Well, that's good to know. All my games are gonna play. I didn't waste a bunch of money on all those games. I don't know why people think they wasted their money. It's not like they take your console away when you buy a new one. You still got the fucking thing. It's a big deal, and Sony's not gonna do it. They're not. They're not gonna do it. They think that they're gonna be all high and mighty because the PS4 was a big success. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're gonna blow it out of the water and tell us that they're gonna support all this stuff. I don't think so, though. I'm basing this off of how Sony was with the PlayStation 3. They were riding off the PS2, sky high in the clouds. Nothing could stop them. Well, look at that. PS3 wasn't a failure, but coming off of the PS2 wasn't that hot. Game Pass, baby. Holy smokes, Game Pass, baby. Look at me. I run a Toy Vault retail video game store. I care about physical copies of games. I'm not into digital downloads. I'm not into rentals. But you cannot deny how good the value is in that service. You know what? You spend $10 a month. Less if you get those deals. They got the 3 months for $3. Holy smokes. You get all the games. You're getting stuff right when it comes out. They're going to do it for the new Halo. They did it for Gears of War 5. It's a fantastic fucking service. You never have to buy a game. And people are going to love that. And they're going all in on that too. And that is a giant thing. That is going to make or break a lot of the decisions when people have to pick a PS5 or an Xbox One X Series X. Sony's not going to have anything like that. They might have something. It's not going to be dicky tits compared to what Xbox does. Are they going to have something that good forever? I don't know. I can't imagine yes. But they really need to up the ante, and they really got to go after Sony. This is how they're doing it. Sony's not going to do it. Sony's not going to do it. They think they're untouchable, and Game Pass is really going to kick the shit out of them. We don't know much. We don't know very much about either of the systems, to be honest. But I had to make a video in response to all the knuckleheads just running their their shitty shit mouths. Both of them. Sony, Microsoft. God, ridiculous. What we know so far, honestly, performance-wise, it's going to be very, very similar. Pricing, we don't know. They're probably going to be very, very similar. But the way Microsoft's doing backwards compatibility and the way Game Pass is, especially with it working on the PC now too, Microsoft's got a big upper hand with that. And I know Sony's going to do a PS3 all over, and they're going to be overconfident, and it's going to bite them a little. I'm not saying it's going to be as bad as the PS3. We're not going to be talking about the guy playing Warhawk. So all you fanboy losers, stop acting so stupid. Simmer down a little bit. Wait till the shit comes out.